Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Libra Lounge with Keisha podcast. I'm sure you guys probably have no idea, but 9 times out of 10, right up until the moment you see my face, producer James and I are fighting.
I think fighting is a strong word.
I don't know what you call it, but I call telling a motherfucker to leave me alone and go about their business. Those are fighting words.
I call that producing difficult talent.
Will just put me in the same list as, let me see, Wendy Williams. Who else? Sharon Stone was one of those. Kim Basinger. She
Ellen,
used to throw fits all the time on set.
J-Lo. And basically like Ellen with the toxic work
I don't want to be like Ellen. I don't want the whole work environment to be toxic. Look, if I ever have like a great big staff, it'll just be like, you're good as long as you don't fuck with that hoe over there, and that hoe over there being me. The rest of the environment, working place is pretty positive, and kind of like working for Starbucks and Google. Aren't those good places to work for?
Yeah, I think they have like playgrounds and shit.
Yeah, I would have that kind of work environment. And then how high up on the towers, you never want to go up there. There's a dragon cunt who lives above all this. So hope you guys are having a good week. We've got a show for you. I try to put them in segments, but this is basically going to be one big, long, the gab. Kind of a lot of stuff going on, a lot of crazy, crazy stuff. And just in case you hear a ding, that just means someone walked into the boutique. Okay, so that means we making money, money, money. So anyway, producer James, is there any, show notes or anything you feel like you want to say?
No, just like, subscribe, support us on Patreon, YouTube, iTunes, all the place you get all the wonderful podcasts you listen to every day.
He's so cute and white. That's why we keep him around. We keep him around for like if we get stopped by the police. That's
police and insurance
yes,
purposes.
yes, and taxes. I keep them around for tax purposes and stuff like that, and good medical insurance. And I thought good credit, but that ain't happened. Just got the only white guy.
I think you rubbed off on me.
It was pretty bad before I got here. Home slice. All right. If you're a friend of the Libra Lounge, you know what time it is. It is time for the gap.
We know she has a really big mouth, which sounds kind of dirty, and that's probably true too. Let's gossip. The Gab with Keisha.
Okay, so I think if you know me and you had to sum up, someone said, hey, pretend you're Keisha and name the year 2020. Anyone who knows me knows exactly what I call this year. 2020 is shit ain't been right since Kobe died. Like nothing, including this. Now, Vanessa Bryant, Kobe's widow, and her mom are going at it. Apparently, her mom decided to do an interview calling out her daughter, saying that Vanessa, after the tragic death of Kobe and Gianna Bryant, that Vanessa decided to kick her mother out of her home and to sell her car. Now, I didn't watch the interview because I was just like, man, that is mad fucked up right there. Her mom has been telling this story to anyone who will listen. So Vanessa finally broke her silence earlier this week and said, my husband and I cared for you for 20 years. We've always paid your bills, your apartment, your car, plus you get money. She called it alimony, but is that alimony when you weren't married to the person? Maybe she used the incorrect. It wasn't me this time. I'm actually quoting what Vanessa said. She said alimony, but I'm thinking some kind of a monthly allowance.
Yeah, like palimony or support or palimony. But anyway.
No, what?
Just forget it.
No, say it again.
There's alimony and then there's palimony.
What is palimony? For your pappy? Alimony's for the wife? Palimony's for the pappy?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That is someone fact checked him, and y'all know every now and then he does this kind of shit. He will knowingly spread gossip that he knows is not of any truth at all, including what he just said. That's okay because I'm going to Google it on a break. Anyway, so Vanessa responded to her mom. So I don't know what the truth is right here, but I will say this. I think that at any time, because I know how my mom would do with me if I were in Vanessa's case. My mom wouldn't even say, "Hey, look, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that." No, my mom would have packed her shit, moved in without me even knowing. She would have took over the whole West Wing. She would have been getting up every day, cooking breakfast for the kids, taking them to school, taking them to their ballet classes. She would have had the youngest little girl potty trained by now. She would have told all of the people that work in the house, giving them new instructions, telling them to call her Miss Charlotte. Like, she would have come in and taken over to do the things that I was not able to do. Thankfully, that's the same thing that I would do for my daughter. Like, there's certain situations you don't have to ask. I don't know, because I thought all families were like that until I married producer James. So all families are not like that, okay? Whereas some people may see my family as being overbearing. No, when things are not going right, that is when family steps in. You don't have to ask them to do something. They just, how to do it. It's the same thing with like your best friend. But for this shit to be coming from your mom in less than a year, everyone keeps saying Kobe Bryant died. Yes, this woman lost her husband, but she also lost her daughter. Her kid died. And then you have your mom doing this. Look, if this were me and my mom, and I got pissed off at her during this process, because I really think this is what it's about, is that Vanessa didn't do something that her mom thought that she should do. I think even if I went and took a shit, got a corn husk, and clean wiped my ass with it, and then slapped my mom across the face, she still wouldn't do no bad report on me. She would not do an interview about me talking badly about me. She just wouldn't. Now, to the family, she'd be like, that bitch is fucking dead to me. But she would not go to do an interview with anyone. And what is the correct? Besmear? De-smear?
Besmirch.
Besmear.
Besmear. No, that's what just happened with the corn husk and the shit. You got
right?
besmeared.
Besmear. She would never, like, I don't even have to think about it. I know she would. Now, she would talk shit to my brothers, be like, I'm going to kill y'all sister when I see her. When that next time that bitch rolls up here, don't y'all say nothing. Don't y'all try to break it up, because I'm going to whoop your sister's ass. She'd be like, James, go ahead to leave the house. Oh, wait a minute. You would be dead in that case. Never mind. Sorry. But she would tell Skylar.
Figure out who died.
Look, she would say, Skylar, your mama and your grandmother about to go balls deep, whooping each other's asses. You just sit over there, baby. As a matter of fact, get your phone recorded, put it on World Star. But my mom would not, I would not, even if we never spoke again. You know what I mean? Like, we were so mad at each other. We never spoke to each other again. She would not do, well, first of all, right now, wouldn't nobody care about her doing an interview about me anyway. But in the next 5 years or so, when I become very rich and famous, she still wouldn't do that, because she knows at the end of the day, I picked the nursing home that ass goes to. But in all seriousness, this is so sad. This is horrible. This happened the same day that it hit that Vanessa is suing the LA County Sheriff's Office for the released pictures. There was motherfuckers out there taking pictures. Children died in this accident. Yeah, clearly you have no respect for the dead, but can you at least have some respect for kids? Like, how disgusting is it? All for $1.
Story is a story.
People assume because the Bryants are rich that they don't hurt or feel pain. This is the pain that this will never, ever, ever leave Vanessa or her oldest daughter, Natalia, or the little girls. These two little girls, Bianca and Capri, they will have to hear stories about their dad and hear stories about their sister. And then it's just unbelievable to me that someone who, again, is sworn to protect and serve would get their fucking phone out and take a picture and try to make money off of it. Okay? This is just another example and I have nothing against the police, nothing at all. But obviously there's a lot of bad fruits in these police bundles. Okay, I just think that's a shitty thing to do. Just, I mean, do you remember whenever they announced that Kobe and Gianna had died?
Yeah.
I was so shaken up that I literally said I can't be on social media for days. Because when I heard that Kobe Bryant was killed, that hit us differently because we are the same age as Kobe Bryant. So when we were in high school and, Kobe was going to the NBA, overachiever, that is something that was like, wow, look at this. My best friend has had a forever crush on Kobe Bryant. So when I heard that Kobe had been killed, we were stunned. But I was still, I think, cooking dinner, and then my mom said, no, his baby died too. His daughter was killed in that accident. I was no more good. I was just like, damn. And Gianna wasn't the only child that was killed in that helicopter crash. Was it two other children or one?
Don't remember.
There was four other people.
But it was like his friend and his daughter.
This is, I don't get it.
Well, and then, on social media, how many assholes threw out the rapist thing?
Okay, you know what? He wasn't convicted of that. You know what I mean? So what? They settled out of court. Yeah. Yes, they settled out of court. And from that time, look, if you want the girl in that room, then you don't need to say anything else about a fucking rape. You know what I mean? Like nothing, Let people, this was still someone's husband, someone's dad, someone's son, someone's brother, uncle.
Yeah, and let's be clear. You're in the NBA, a top star. You don't have to rape
anybody. All you have to do, pussy is thrown at you where you could be like, you know what? I don't even feel like no pussy today. I had so much yesterday. I don't know. I'll take a break. Y'all can have her.
It's like Chinese food.
Yes, exactly. I had enough. You know what? I'm just going to go eat a salad. That is what it's like with women in the NBA, okay? And so Kobe went on to do some great things. Even after he retired, he won a Grammy. Or was it an Oscar?
One of them.
It was a Grammy. He went on to do great things. He just showed he was not a one-trick pony. He went on to do great things. And not to mention that, he started a league for female basketball players, the girls, his daughter. He coached her team. Anyway, I know I totally got way off, but these are just more reasons. Leave this woman alone. Let her mourn. Like, she's not done. Yes, she's on social media. Like, that's what we all do. It's a part of our daily lives. But trust me, I'm willing to bet that woman has a breakdown 3 times a day, every day. And she probably damn sure has to take something to even be able to sleep at night. You know what I mean? And she's having to rest on the strength of her daughters. Her daughters are the reason why she's getting up every day, okay? And for her mom to do some bullshit like this, I don't know what kind of mom that makes her. Oh, I do. Shitty fucking mom. Like, really? So I'm thinking it's going to come out at some point that there was a falling out, probably over money. You know what I mean? And it's sad. I feel bad for you, Vanessa, and I also feel bad for this man. Because there's no longer Uncle Ben. Did you know that? Uncle Ben.
The rice guy?
Yes.
He died?
This motherfucker right here. He was never alive. What are you talking? Shut the mic on. You're done. You're done. I need another producer. Please, someone, anyone. You cannot do much worse than him. He was about to go to the COVID funeral services of Uncle Ben because Uncle Ben died. No, fool! They changed the name.
Is he still black?
There's no picture on the box at all anymore.
Oh, I didn't know.
The fictional character is no more. Okay? Yes, they have officially gotten rid of Uncle Ben. Okay? For those of you, along with producer James, who obviously had a very close and personal relationship with him, I do offer my condolences. Jeez, like, you guys can't see him, but you should have seen his face when I said, You know how white people are when they get surprised. He died? No, motherfucker. They took his face off the box. So Uncle Ben's in, who was it? It was Angel Mama. Okay, look.
Aunt Jemima.
Okay. Wait, Angel Mama. Okay. Jemima, what is it?
You
Jemima?
keep saying Angel Mama.
Angel Mama. That's because black people, let me tell you this. Black people and Hispanic people will combine names, okay? And after I get done with this Uncle Ben story, I'm going to give you examples of it while he's over here making fun of me, trying to take the attention off of himself that he was about to make all the funeral arrangements for Uncle Ben. All right, so we had Aunt Jemima. Okay, first they upgraded her. Remember she started off with the red. She was straight off the cotton farm in the beginning. Okay,
she was straight.
She had the red do-rag and everything. Okay, so then they gave her a makeover.
Yep.
They gave her a blowout, a relaxer. They put a little makeup on her and everything. She's looking real cute on the cover of the Pancakes.
They dropped about 50 pounds off her too.
Yeah, they said no. No. She is no longer an old Negro spiritual. She is Beyonce, okay? But then they got away with that. So now they've got they Uncle Ben got fired on his day off. Uncle Ben, you've had that job forever. So now it's no longer called Uncle Ben's Rice. It is now called Ben's Original. That is so dumb. What does that mean? You know what? They would have done better if they would have just called it Ben Rice. It's Ben Rice.
It's always been Rice.
Ben Rice. That would have made a lot more sense to me because girl, go get that Ben Rice. It's Ben Rice. It's just, what is Ben's Original? What is that? That wasn't even an original idea. Just like, so right now, if you see, they didn't fuck it up. Because I know, who's going to be next. It's going to be that fat guy on the cover of the cream of wheat box. Now, that's going to piss me off because that is one of my favorite foods is cream of wheat. Leave that man there because I guarantee you the cream of wheat ain't going to have no cream in it if his fat ass is not on the box. So Uncle Ben's face is no longer on there. It is an orange box with Ben's Originals on there. Now, see, if you're a bitch like me, I do everything quick, okay? I can see myself going down the owl, and see Ben's Original. And in my head, because I'm scatterbrained, I will see the O-R. I'm like, that's Oriental rice. Not that one. I'm thinking it's Asian rice. Like, no, that's not Oriental. Because there's no one on the cover.
Technically,
all rice is Oriental. This is the real Asian rice. Okay.
It's Ben Rice.
It's Ben Rice. Why didn't they name it that? Anyway.
You could literally name everything there. What's that?
It's Ben Rice.
What's that?
That's Ben Soup.
That's
Ben Soup. It's Ben Soup.
It's Ben Milk.
I cannot believe that they actually called it Ben's Original. This is how scared people are of being labeled racist that they go to stupid measures like this. Ben's Originals. Why couldn't they have done what they did with, like, he didn't even get the full makeover experience like Aunt Jemima did. They at least could have dyed his hair, given him a little bit of Botox. They could have even let him hold a bowl of rice for a little while and then get rid of,
They should have taken the pictures of Samuel L. Jackson from Django and used that as the logo. He looked cool.
Yeah, and he's right. He don't like black people either. So it would have worked out perfectly. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty, I thought that was kind of, I get it, but then I don't. Here it is. I get it, but I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Because to me, their faces on those boxes is a easier way for me to recognize the box and the brand and grab it. You know what I mean? Because I don't care how broke we are. I'm getting Uncle Ben's right. I'm not. There's certain things that I do not do off-brand. And I will always pick up the Uncle Ben's 5-minute rice. Because I don't know how to make the other kind of rice. But now I gotta look really extra hard to even make sure it's Ben's original. I don't know. I don't know. Moving right along to someone who is an original, Cardi B. Cardi B has filed for divorce from Offset yet again. Listen. Again, this is not the first time.
Oh.
So let me break this down to you people. And when I say you people, I don't mean the Negroids. I mean all of you. No matter how much money a woman makes, okay, unless she has approved you being a sorry ass man, she gonna get tired of your sorry ass. It doesn't matter that she is able to fully take care of y'all's family. At some point, she gonna turn around and look at you and be like, what happened to that motherfucker's rap career? He used to be a rapper. He ain't rap. Is Migos even still a group? I don't think that it is. We were all with Migos before Cardi got really big. And then she just kind of took over. So I don't think that why do I call them Migos and them? Migos and them, because I can't say the fucking other names. It's like Offset, Runaway, Halt, Red Light, Green Light, Yellow Light, Yield. They all have weird names like that. I had to like have Skylar break it down to me one day. I was like, what's the other boy's name? Runaway? She's like, no. What are their names? It's Offset, Freeway. I don't know. Look that shit up, James. Look up the Migos.
Got it.
Anyway, so a woman still wants to feel like a woman, and she still wants her man to. No, that's a lie. Because I know I don't want a man in control over me. But there's something I think he got so comfortable in his position of me being Mr. Cardi B. But Cardi is from the hood. She still wants you to be able to take charge, and she most definitely don't want you sticking your dick in other women. That is one thing that will never change, okay? And I think Offset got pretty comfortable in being Mr. Cardi B, spending her money. Didn't seem like he had any more ambitions to be a rapper anymore. None of that stuff.
So the names, it's Offset, Takeoff, and Quavo.
It's all plain shit.
But here's the funny part. Here's some of
Quavo. It's Quavo.
Quavo. Well,
yeah.
Okay. He been Quavo. So here's some of the producers that they worked with. These are great. Zaytoven.
Mm-hmm. That's cute.
DJ Dural. Murda Beats. Metro Boomin.
Okay, they mama's so proud. Look, if I become rich or famous, I know my fans are like, okay, look, you may want to change your name, but did Oprah change her name? No, ma'am, then don't fucking change yours, okay? My mom would look at me like I was crazy if I just came and said, I'm Big Black Barbie.
Which actually is not bad.
She would have a problem with it. She'd be like, don't let them white people call you that. Anyway, so Cardi, I think she's tired of Offset. I think she's tired of his bullshit. I mean, he's still trying to be a rapper, but he ain't got a rapping career anymore. I mean, I don't know. I don't blame her. If he's not doing the right things, here it is. It is kind of like, I don't know if you guys watched The Crown on Netflix, but Queen Elizabeth, what's her husband's name? The 98-year-old? Prince Philip.
Prince Philip.
You know, they kind of ran into that when they got married because he had to give up everything that he was to be the Queen's husband. Not even the king, the Queen's husband, okay?
Including his rap career.
Including his rap, because he used to be a rapper. Y'all didn't know that? Philly Phil. So here's the thing. So they had to work really hard as a couple, and a lot of the credit goes to Queen Elizabeth. Give him this. This needs to be his. She still wanted to make her husband feel like the man, the husband. So, you know, they worked together so that he could have things that were his and still be supportive to her. But I bet you something he didn't do. I bet you he wasn't dicking around with fucking strippers and shit like that. He likes escorts, high class girls. Those are the ones that Prince Philip went after, all right? Now we know what this means, okay? Black women, Hispanic women, we are tired of being undervalued. We are tired of black men and Hispanic men shit. So you know Cardi gonna step up with a white dude pretty soon. Machine Gun Kelly, watch out, cause you may be her type. She likes all the tattoos, and you got a little thug in you.
The tattoos and the lack of talent. Yep.
Speaking of lack of talent, Producer James.
Yay.
All right, so when we get back from this break, we're gonna talk nursing and birth control. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Libra Lounge with Keisha. I want to remind you guys to make sure you're following us on Instagram and on Facebook. All of our shows premiere on Facebook Live, but you can go back and listen. Hold on. You can go back and watch all of our old shows on Facebook, but you can also do that by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Also subscribe to us on iTunes, the TuneIn app, Laughable app, and iHeartRadio. Not I Love Radio, as my dad tries to tell people when he's bragging on his child. He's like, I've been telling everybody is I love radio. That's not what your show on? No, it's not. It's on iHeartRadio, Daddy. It's on iHeart. And not H-A-R-T like Kevin Hart, like the heart, the organ, like, because he'll fuck that all up too. So anyway, so we're going to talk about nursing and birth control during this segment. And by nursing, I mean Nurse Ratched. So Ryan Murphy, once again, he is the king of darkness, spooks, sex, gay, just all of that, okay? You know, he is the creator of all of the American Horror Stories, along with shows like Glee and things like that. So, my queen, Sarah Paulson, this bitch, no one can act like Sarah. No one can have a meltdown. No one can cry. The only person whose cry can match Sarah's would have to be Viola Davis's. Those bitches know how to cry. They know how to have a breakdown. So Sarah Paulson starred in this new Netflix series called Ratched, which is based on the character Nurse Ratched from the movie One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which starred Jack Nicholson, correct? Didn't Jack get either nominated or he won an Academy Award?
One of the two.
One of the two. So it is a classic movie. It is a 4-star movie. So they figured, hey, this character was... So I've never seen the movie, but of course I read about everything getting ready to watch Nurse Ratched. But it seems like this character was just the epitome of fucking evil. So it kind of seemed like this show was going to... I take that back. I assumed the movie was going to be about Nurse Ratched, but it was still going to be during the time frame that the movie was filmed. It was going to still be that same story and just give you more of Nurse Ratched, but that wasn't the case at all. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys because I do want you to watch it. I binge watched it. I think in about 2 days, I watched all of them, and I'm still on the fence, okay? The acting in the movie was superb. It stars Sarah Paulson, and it also starred Judy Davis, who's very well known for playing Judy Garland. Is that woman's name? Is it Judy Davis? I think it's Judy Davis.
With the old British lady?
No.
Not Judi Dench?
Not Dame Judi Dench. No.
Okay.
Judy, look at the Nurse Ratched people. So anyway, the acting in it was superb. The story just wasn't moving. Like, this was like a bad season of American Horror Story. It's not as good as the season before, but it's still American Horror Story, so you still watch it. And it's good. Now, let me tell you, when Sarah Paulson's character had to dress, the bitch fucking dressed. Ryan Murphy will always make sure that his leading lady is, all of the ladies, and anything that he creates will be dressed to the nines. So I was expecting for the character to be as god-awful as she was in the movie and in the book, but she never got to be that bad because there was another character that was worse.
Yeah, so that's Judy Davis?
Yes, Judy Davis.
Betsy Bucket is Nurse Bucket.
Oh, God. And as much as you cannot stand Nurse Bucket, You have to like her because the acting is so good in it. The storyline was lackluster. It was, and I fucking feel like I am betraying Ryan Murphy by saying that, but it's just the truth. It was okay. I kept waiting for the next episode to really be like explosive. So maybe I'm so used to watching American Horror Story where every single episode is just like through the roof, or like with, I think, didn't Ryan Murphy have something to do with Pose? Yes, Pose. I'm thinking along the lines of that. So it just didn't move me like I thought it was going to move me. But with that being said, I did finish the whole series, and from the last episode, it appears as though there's going to be a season 2 of Nurse Ratched, and I hope that there's a little bit more put into the stories. Like, there were some great storylines, but none of them were like, ooh. I feel bad saying that. Why do I feel like I'm cheating by saying that? I, I give it out of 4 stars. Ooh.
Here's the thing: no matter who it is, they can't always have like 5-star hits.
But it was good. It was better than any other fucking thing that's on TV right now. I mean, listen, I'd rather watch this all over again than watch just about anything that's on television right now. It is still good. It is still Ryan Murphy. It just my expectations were just too high. And Sarah Paulson did a fabulous acting job. I don't think she could do a bad acting job. It's just the character was confusing. It was confusing, or maybe I should not have read that much about the character from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I don't know, but still check it out. Birth control. So Eric Benet, singer Eric Benet, who used to be married to Halle Berry. I don't know if you guys remember that, but they were married, and then she divorced him because he had an addiction to sex. So I don't know if he says something about birth control. I'm gonna listen to him because he knows about fucking. So yeah. So he actually put out a tweet the other day. Dang it, I'm gonna have to pull it up on my phone. Unless you have it, producer James.
I mean, you
He
want
don't.
the text or just the information?
Okay, so I found it because producer James, once again, is just of no help at all. Okay, so Eric Benet, he either tweeted this on Twitter or he put it on his Instagram page, and it was reposted by the Jasmine brand. It says, theoretically, a man could impregnate 4 women a day per year. That's 1,460 pregnancies by one man. A woman can give birth only once a year. If birth control was the objective, science created the pill for the wrong gender, and let me tell you, that motherfucker was spitting. Because that is some major truth right there, and I think it was something that women never really just sat down and thought about, just because it's one of those things that it's the woman always takes care of the birth control pill. Like, that's something for the woman to do. The guy is only for pulling out or putting on a condom. Everything else, from the shot to the sponge to the pill and all other methods of birth control, it's all for a woman, with the exception of course, a vasectomy, which most men will whine about getting anyway. Why is it that women have to take the pill and not the men? I personally think it has to do with controlling women.
So you can't stop a man from producing sperm without affecting his testosterone and lots of other health problems happen.
Those same things happen with birth control in women. Have you not listened to me? Like, for example, I can take birth control, but I have to take the lowest dose of estrogen because it could cause my other issues to be elevated. And here's the thing, and when a woman's on birth control, and a gynecologist will tell you need to take a break because it is pumping so much hormone into your body, it causes all kinds of problems.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's not.
But you was about to say something stupid and inaccurate.
No, what I'm going to say is that women birth control, the idea is to force the natural processes of having periods, things like that. That's part of it, right? You have periods when you're on birth control.
Yeah.
Right, because you're
also have a period when you're not.
I know, but the point is you're getting hormones to force the period, in order to keep from being pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
With men, you have to cut the production of testosterone to no longer produce sperm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not, you're actually destroying the natural process that a man's body does, as opposed to women where you're forcing the natural process to occur. You actually would do more harm to a man by cutting off his ability to produce testosterone to produce sperm. It's a way different thing.
No, it's not.
It's hugely different.
You need to look up on female birth control and see all of the harmful effects that it has on a woman's body.
I didn't say it had I say it didn't have harmful effects.
But you were just saying that the effects that it has on a man are greater.
Yes, it would be.
Ain't that the shit that it is about controlling women. Because what about when a man gets a vasectomy?
That is cutting the pathway of sperm that has been produced. It doesn't cut his ability to create testosterone. You're not affecting a man's hormones. You're giving the sperm a...
But how come it's okay for, you said that it would cut off a man's testosterone, right?
Right.
Well, birth control mixes up all their hormones and sometimes elevated estrogen, which is horrible for a woman.
So here's what happens. In order to stop producing sperm, you have to be chemically castrated.
Okay.
That's what it is. No, that's not good. There have been men that have committed suicide over being chemically castrated as a punishment.
And there has been women who have committed suicide from the overabundance of estrogen being pumped inside of them.
So maybe people shouldn't fuck as much. How about that? How about the 100% way not to have a baby is not to fuck unprotected?
So basically right now what you're trying to do is make sure that our viewership goes down.
No, I'm just
by
saying,
telling people not to have sex.
I get it. I mean, the problem is that we've encouraged society that sex is good and healthy, which I'm sure it is.
He wouldn't know anymore.
Yeah, I remember it long ago. No, but it's like the idea that you're trying to control birth when you still want to do the thing that causes birth almost without consequence. Like the two can't be separated. Having sex, which causes birth, will always potentially cause birth. So which do you really need to address? You know?
Fuck them kids.
I'm just saying. I mean, you can keep figuring out a way to chemically change the results of natural behavior, but that doesn't tend to do well for people.
But we do it all the time anyway, especially to women. Okay, when we get back...
But I will say that his numbers are ridiculous. Because a man can impregnate way more than 4 women.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I think he just put a number out there. 4 women.
Because I have jerked off 10 times in one way just to see if I could. So.
Okay.
I'm just saying. 4 is an insult.
I think that all of us, myself included, could have gone the rest of our fucking lives without knowing the challenge of jacking off you gave to yourself.
Hey. Every man has said, how many could I get in one day? Absolutely. I guarantee you. Take a poll.
Disgusting.
Comment below.
Yeah, don't. Okay, we'll be right back.
The Libra Lounge with Keisha. The Libra Lounge with Keisha.
Bitch, please. You be rolling down the street, telling stories. Bitch, you never tell the truth. Bitch, please. Everybody know you lying, bitch, cause all you do is lie.
I want to thank you guys for tuning into the podcast. We try to get a new show out to you guys once a week, every week, but there's just some weeks I don't feel like it. And producer James gets very upset with me. And I have to remind him, I'm the star of the show. Without me, there is no show. So I don't care that you're upset. But anyway, most definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel and subscribe to us on YouTube, on iTunes.
It's been YouTube.
Yeah, right. I know, right? It's been two. Sorry, Uncle Ben. R.I.P. Anyway, yes, subscribe to us on iTunes, and if you can, leave us a little review. You know, we like it, and make sure you interact with us on social media, especially on Instagram. It's a party. All right, so before we get into bitch, please, I just have to say this. it's kind of a question. Am I the only woman that once September hits, it's just like Halloween coming, okay? Every single night, what do we watch on television, Producer James?
Halloween Wars, Halloween Bacon Challenge, anything with Halloween food.
Is Halloween Wars not the greatest fucking show? That is talent. That is creating a team. These people are not a team together, okay? You get a baker, you get a pumpkin carver, and then you get a candy maker.
Like a sugar artist.
A sugar artist. You throw these three people together to form a team, and then you give them 3 challenges. Time challenges. It is the most spectacular time of the year. I cannot get enough of it. I am on the edge of my seat. I'm screaming. I'm hollering when something breaks. I'm in awe because I'm like, all of them are mad talented. But to see the sugar artists, that is something you just don't see. Okay, now all of us try to bake, okay, stuff like that. But a sugar artist, to watch their artistry.
All of us have friends that decorate cakes.
Damn, I thought I was talking.
No, I'm just saying.
Apparently, I wasn't.
No, but you're right. But everybody.
But he's continuing to talk.
And back to you, Keisha.
So, to watch them do the things that they can do with fucking hot sugar, turn it into liquid. There was one episode, a girl burned her hand. Like, she was going to have to go to the hospital. That's how hot it was. But you know what? She put a fucking glove on and put an ice cube in there, and she kept on hustling, okay? When you see them have a blob of dried sugar, and they're blowing into, wrong hand movement, and they're blowing into it, okay, to create something beautiful and magical. It is just, I don't know. It just, nothing shocks me that much anymore, but I'm always so shocked and surprised and mesmerized whenever I watch Halloween Wars. Go ahead, James.
No, I was just going to say, like, everybody has a friend or something that decorates cakes. And sometimes you're like, oh, that cake is amazing.
Who thinks they can decorate cakes.
Exactly.
A lot of them, they fall underneath the think they can category.
And then when you watch a show like this and watch, like, that level of talent, you're like, bitch, you should make biscuits. Like, you should cook biscuits. That's all you can do.
That's it. Yeah. You should cook biscuits, the ones that's already made, you just throw in the oven. Like, you don't need to concoct any kind of recipe, nothing like that. So, all right. So it is time for me to award the Bitch Please of the Week from the Libra Lounge. Ironically, I didn't do this on purpose when I was putting my show notes together, but this goes right along with the conversation that we just had in the last segment about birth control. So the Bitch Please of the Week goes to the entire country of fucking Vietnam. And here's why. Police in Vietnam seized 324,000, okay? That's a 3, that's a 2, a 4, comma, and 3 zeros behind it. 324,000 used condoms. They seized these that were being washed and resold to the Vietnamese people. What kind of shit is that? There's so many wrong things. Like, one, where you find all those used condoms at? Like, really? And then I think about it, people say that Asian men are not as well endowed. So maybe it was like a condom that they thought was going to fit, but it didn't fit, so they just threw it. I'm hoping it was a lot more of those than like ones that they actually jizzed in. Because that's just fucking disgusting. Okay? And then, like, when you sign on to be a police officer, do you have to sign like a special contract saying that you're going to be on the squad that collects all the used condoms? Do you get a bonus for how much jizz is inside of the used condom? Like, if you find, like, you all, okay, picture this, if you will. Y'all are all out there looking for used condoms. I'm assuming on the streets, because I guess everyone in Vietnam just fucks outside. Oh, wait, maybe they do. That's a poor country, right?
Well, yeah.
Oh.
But weren't the condoms going to Vietnam for reuse?
It doesn't matter where they were going. They were being reused.
No, I know, but yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, so we all on the what we're going to do while those motherfuckers over there are stopping crime, robberies, bank robbers, beware. Condom users, beware of us, because we're coming for you. Okay? So, do you, like, if you get the condom that has the most cum inside of it, does everyone have to buy you around at the bar? Is that, how do you make your job be good? Do you tell your parents that you're on the special victims unit, like, and the victims being sperm?
Well, you could say that you stopped 4.3 billion people from being trafficked.
That's true. And that's all great. Until someone goes, how do you do that? Oh. How do you go home every day and look your family in the eyes knowing damn well all day you was picking up used condoms? I don't, why were there so many? Like, really?
I mean, you got to make it worth the business transaction. You can't just send 5.
But how do you find the used condoms?
So I'm guessing.
Wait. Are there levels of usage? Does it count if it's a used condom that you had on and you realize, ooh, this not really good, or ooh, I can't feel it, so ooh, I'm gonna take it off, baby, but I'm not gonna get you pregnant, and you throw that one? Is that considered used, or is it only considered used if you came in it?
I'm guessing.
There's so many questions.
I'm guessing they probably had some deal with some waste management company that said, hey, we'll separate these out and you can buy them at a reduced price, something like that, as opposed to buying brand new from Trojan or whatever.
But, okay, I'm going to go with that story. Well, how about the fact that most of the time, unless I'm completely wrong, when you use a condom and you're done, don't you flush it down the fucking toilet?
Some people do. Some people don't.
See, that's how side bitches get pregnant.
Hey.
That is how side bitches get pregnant, because you don't flush it down the toilet. You put it in a trash can. As soon as you leave it, say you're going home to your wife, turkey baster.
You know what? It's funny. It might actually be from sewage management companies who can grab
That
those.
just makes it even worse.
Well, I'm just saying.
There's no good way to go about this. And the simple fact that you were reselling them, knowing damn well, how do you get it back to its original shape and lubrication, though?
Well, you clean it. It's latex, so you can clean it just like a glove. And then you just
let me get pregnant. Because if you got to fuck me with a damn Vietnamese used condom, let me get pregnant, okay?
With a third-party condom.
Yeah. I'll deal with the baby. I'll deal with the baby. I'll deal with the baby daddy. All of that. Just don't do me with that used condom. That's just gross. Like, is there a shortage on latex? There's not a shortage on latex. It ain't that damn short where you got to be doing this.
I don't know. I mean, you're either going to throw them away or you're going to find a way to make a little profit off of them.
If the chief walks in to the station one morning and we're getting ready for our meeting, if he tells me that's the squad that I'm going to be on, well, I'm just not going to be a cop. Put me on desk duty. I'll work the front.
Put me on dispatch.
I'll wash the cars. No, y'all got that jizz? Yeah, I'm not about that jizz. That is just fucking disgusting.
You'll take dispatch over discharge?
Yes, I will. Can you imagine all the shit that is on the inside? Here's the thing. In my head, the inside of the condom is probably the cleanest section on the condom. Can you imagine the shit on the outside?
I can literally imagine shit on the outside.
Yes, there's probably shit. It's just disgusting. I'm gonna have nightmares. Okay, so can't. I wanted that story to be fake news so bad, but it's not. This is the world that we live in, people. Trump, can you please send some condom money to the whole country of Vietnam? I think America can spare it. I think that would be one thing that all Americans would agree on. Yeah, just go ahead and do that, Trump. Go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Not the pro-choice. Not the pro-choice folks.
Then there's them. On that note, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.
It's the Libra Lounge. The Libra Lounge. Ooh.